Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
It's a massive show, all right, although not quite as massive as it usually is. Just Keyzie today, and for the rest of the week, Jase and Mike will be back on Monday. They are currently on holiday, a well-deserved break. No one works harder than those two, and feel free to pass on your messages of love and support to 3483. We've got plenty of BK on offer for those of you who do get stuck in. It's also a massive show, folks. We've got more Best of the Big Show coming up, clips that are almost 2 years old as well, so I've literally deleted all memory of them from my brain. Now, we've also got $100 to give away thanks to Big Ben, a few other freebies on offer as well, so do stick with us, and of course, the usual array of fantastic tunes. Got the Police for you next, Kings of Leon, and Darts as well. Let's start things with some Soundgarden, shall we? It's Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
The Police on Radio Hodaki. It is the Big Show with Keyzie this Tuesday afternoon. A tune there called Don't Stand So Close to Me. Some advice that would go down well with one James Pugsley, our producer Pugs, who's in here right now. Actually, he had plenty of run-ins with the Police too, old Pugs.
I'll stand close to you if you want me to. If you're going to go down that road, I can get right over there.
Well, what I was saying is that someone needs to tell you about standing way too close all the time. Personal space, you seem to invade it quite often.
Oh, we're doing this now?
Yeah. No,
okay.
What we're doing now is Best of the Big Show, right?
Oh, okay, right. We can talk about that off here.
Yeah, exactly, with HR. And I understand you've got a fresh Best of clip for us. How old is this one, first of all?
This one's roughly a year and a half old. I'm going to go circa late 21, early 22 even. We were coming back from a break.
No way. Jason and Mike on a break.
Yeah, and you know what they like to do when they go on break? They like to feel the throb of the hog, get the bikes out. And this one was a little different. They took the bikes out and decided to do a spot of fishing.
We've got a bit of fishing in there. You and I are big fans of the fishing.
Oh.
And it's good, man, just to get out with and be at one with nature for a few days, isn't it? And you were pretty surprised, you know, by the sort of the rig that old Uncle Rick was operating, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, massively so,
Is he a big
mate.
fella?
I was thinking more about his boat.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me
equipment
that you're
there,
immediately
Keyzie.
thinking about his body.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Keyzie.
Straight to the porny kind
What
of
do you mean, porn?
filthy. Yes, I was massively taken aback by the rig, but what a rig it was.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think, go out on Uncle Rick's boat there and get a bit of fishing done, and he's maybe got a 30-footer, 40-footer. No. Old Uncle Rick there, he works for Tallies, I think it is, one of those big bastards anyway, and he's operating a full-size trawler. Sleeps 40 out there. So we went deep into the Antarctic and pulled in 9,000 John Dory in the first 20 minutes.
Mate, talk about full pumping action.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my fishing, Mike.
Yeah.
And I've been hardcore with the fishing, with your marlins and all that sort of stuff. Mate, how much was it again? It was about 9 ton of dory.
Yeah.
Mate.
9,000 ton.
And
It seems so much.
So
it's a lot.
actually, that when we were hauling it in the boat, she gets that lean on, doesn't she? And just to boof onto the deck.
Onto the deck,
Yeah.
That's right. And they're flapping around,
They're
man.
flapping
They're like,
everywhere. Running. I've got this image of you because you were still wearing your leather pants from the Harley.
Yeah.
Just running around with a baseball bat, just bang, bang, boom, boom, boom. It was just they were just everywhere.
Well, what you're sort of robbed of, and you don't sort of realise it when you're just doing your recreational fishing there, is you can't hear. But fish, when you get them in those kind of numbers on the deck, they're actually screaming.
Oh, yeah, it's a hell of a cacophony.
Yeah, and I guess they're going, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
Because they drown in the air, don't they? Because they can't breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
And but the bloody hell, man, it's a hell of an experience getting 9,000 ton dropped right on the deck there, and you're running around battering it and that. And they've got this trapdoor, which normally goes straight down. They put it through the trapdoor, it goes into freezers, and then you can take it off, travel it back to Bluff there. But what we did was we just pushed it all overboard.
After you'd hit them with bats.
Yeah. And then started again.
Yeah.
9,000 wasn't enough.
Everywhere, man.
I tell you what.
Well, no, we didn't want them because the fun of it was the catch.
The thrill of the chase. The thrill of, and then chuck it. Mind you, having said that, we did keep about 10 or 15, if I recall, Mike.
Yeah.
10. We had a bit of a feed, but there was so much that we'd cook the entire fish, have literally one bite, and then heave it overboard.
Yeah.
It was just a good time.
Sounds like a great time, all right. The big show back in full Monday. A lot of texts coming in on 3483. My favourite one so far. My downstairs does more work than those two, and I've been married for 18 years. Congratulations, mate. You just got yourself some BK. Kings of Leon for you now. A tune from Darts, a remake of a Kiwi classic, and some Pink Floyd up next as well. It is Radio Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Darts with a remake of Dominion Road. This time, instead of a halfway house, it is a dumpling house halfway down Dominion Road. And I tell you what, there are plenty of top quality dumpling houses down that fine stretch of road here in Auckland. By the way, Keyzie here filling in on the Big Show. Just me until Monday. Jase and Mike will be back then, but we do have more Best of the Big Show coming up shortly. But seeing as it's just me here, I'm going to make the most of this and do a wee bit of... Time to chat footy with me, Keyzie. What are the Warriors up to? Jase, have you got anything you'd like to say? No? What about you, Mike? No? All right, cool. I guess I'll do it then. Look, guys, the Warriors had a massive win over the Eels. They absolutely smashed them on Saturday night. It was 46-10. The Eels were without three of their best players, all from within the spine there. Gutherson, you've got Moses. Those two were on State of Origin duty. Of course, State of Origin tomorrow night. And then you've got Dylan Brown, who has stood down for being a bit naughty away from the footy field. So they were weakened. We put a massive score on them. However, the Warriors were very, very sloppy. Our discipline was terrible, especially inside the first 20 minutes. A lot of drop balls and just penalties being given away and things. But once we started to get our tails up, we got on a bit of a roll and we put a lot of points on. That is a bit of an issue for the Warriors at the moment, that we can flatten a lesser team, but when it comes to taking on the tough teams, we've got to look after our discipline, man. The reason I bring this up is because we are taking on the Sharks this Sunday at 4 o'clock, a nice afternoon game, and the Sharks are exactly the same. When they come up against stiff competition, they kind of fold a wee bit, but when they play a sort of a bottom six team, they absolutely crush them. So hopefully we can go in there, give them an absolute hiding, although they are in fine form at the moment and they aren't really missing too many Origin players. And yes, don't worry, I'll do this segment as well.
Keyzie's Yummy Boy of the Week.
Yummy. I mean, I could just not do it. Those other two aren't actually here. But Keyzie's Yummy Boy of the Week for this week, Mitch Barnett, after scoring 2 tries against the Eels. Hey, don't forget the ACC is covering State of Origin Game 3 tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on Sky Sport 9, and that Warriors game at 4 o'clock on Sunday will be on Sky Sport as well, with myself and Di Henwood commentating. So make sure you check it out.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, but Lenny Kravitz on the Hodaki Big Show. Keyzie here on your Tuesday afternoon. Jason and Mike are back on Monday. And a reminder that we have not heard the cops say blow on the pie, so I have still got $100 cash thanks to Big Ben Pies and the pastry that pays. When you hear that cue to call, give us a ring on 0800 Hodaki and get yourself paid. Now, a man who gets himself paid on the daily is producer Pugs.
I'm not going to get into the details of my pay, but that's not... That's not how it works.
I know for a fact you get paid on the daily. Pugs, you're in here and you get paid top dollar because you are the man with the delicious best of moments. What have you got for us this time?
Now, you can tell this one's a bit of a throwback because it's vaccination chat. It's
okay.
Jase talking about getting his latest booster shot.
Right, okay.
Got my booster shot today.
No, boom, boom.
Yeah, mate.
Have they started doing those?
Yeah, they started doing that. So
Cool.
it's been 6 months since your last one.
Right.
You can go and get a booster shot now. Actually, I ended up getting 2 booster shots.
Didn't you have yours after mine? That was only about 6 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, but no, I actually started way earlier than you. I just didn't tell anyone about it.
Well, hang on.
We had to go back for a second booster because the first time he didn't put it in me properly.
Oh.
We missed your arm.
Well, I rephrased that. He didn't put it in the right place.
Didn't put it in your arm, did he?
Yeah, he put it in my arm, and I just didn't feel right about it. So I went back and said, sorry, I don't want to cause a fuss here, but shouldn't it be going in my ball sack? And so he took me into the toilets, shoved it in there, and boy, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling juiced. I'm feeling juiced to the eyeballs, mate. Juiced to the eyeballs. So if you do get the opportunity, get in there in New Zealand, get vaccinated. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
How many shots is that you've had now?
14. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn safe at the moment.
You'd be walking on water, eh?
Oh, mate. Yeah, be bouncing on water with my testicles the way they are at the moment. Boy, oh boy. Remember those little bouncy things you used to get with the...
Moonhoppers.
Yeah, moonhoppers. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just feels good knowing it's good health going on down there.
Yes.
Permeating
Because it'd
through
be a
my
while
body.
since you've had good health down there.
Oh, a long time.
Yeah.
And she's been a shambles down there.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, I think in many respects, the whole vaccination has been a real rejuvenation of that area for me.
Oh, really?
And that's why people say, I had a vaccine and I felt a bit afterwards. I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And, mate, I am making love like never before.
Well, nothing's going to get you moving like a syringe in your downstairs.
Oh, mate. It just has lifted me up. So it's good times.
And
Yeah.
when the guy injected your arm,
Yeah.
did you say, hold on, can I have someone who knows what they're doing, please? And then someone else came and did it? Or?
Well, he was doing that, and I was going, no, this isn't right. And I sort of walked out and came here and did a bit of work, did a prep for the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's a vaccination place just across the road there.
There
and then
is.
I went back and said, actually, no, I'm sorry. I think he did it in the wrong place.
Right.
It's meant to be my testes. And they were like, oh, yeah, you'll need to talk to...
Arwen Guttenbill.
his name was Arwen, actually, weirdly enough. And so, yeah, he took me into the toilets, jabbed her in there, squirted her away, and out I came.
And what was he wearing?
Cronulla top, I think.
The Big Show back in full Monday, folks. In the meantime, every single show we've ever done is available wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search Hodaki Big Show. And yes, we're doing special best of podcasts all week as well. Here's some Hole. It's Malibu, Pink Floyd up next.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Pink Floyd, Have a Cigar on the Hodaki Big Show. It is Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie. The full show will be back in full come Monday. But I think I just heard a cop say blow on the pie, so that means it's time for...
Radio Hodaki's Beer and Pie July.
It is Beer and Pie July. All right, it is the 11th day. And the great New Zealanders at Big Ben have given us $100 cash every weekday, every show, 2 giveaways. So let's go to the lines. Hodaki, who am I speaking with?
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
Nicole, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Oh, bloody good, Nicole. You sound pretty chipper, mate. Whereabouts are you calling from?
From Hawke's Bay.
Oh, beautiful Hawke's Bay. And what do you do for a crust?
I'm a gardener.
Oh, backbone.
Out in the garden all day, feeling happy. There's no rain at the moment.
Oh, tell me about it. My garden and my lawn are in absolute state at the moment. It's probably because it's rained non-stop for 2 months. Tell me, mate, are you into pies?
Absolutely.
Sweet. So if you had to pick one pie flavour right now, what would it be?
Oh, I'm the classic mince and cheese, mate.
Mince and cheese. Don't mind that myself. Well, guess what, mate? You've won yourself $100.
Woo-hoo! Awesome, thank you.
No worries at all. Thank you for calling us on 0800 Hodaki. Pugs, he will sort you out in Studio B. All right, mate? You have a good day.
Beautiful. You too, thank you very much.
No worries. Another chance to win $100 tomorrow in every single show, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, although not over the weekend. Weekdays, I said. Don't forget weekdays. Here's an absolute bomb track from Rage Against the Machine. It is the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
That does it for the 4 to 5 hour, folks, on the Big Show. After 5 o'clock, I'll be giving Jason Hoyt a call to see what he's up to on day 2 of his week off. Also, you can hear from Mike Minogue every single evening. He's recording a little bonus solo podcast, which will be available wherever you get your Big Show potties from. Just search Hodaki Big Show. Not only is there every show we've ever done, but also heaps of bonus material in the form of the podcast outro. Now, coming up after 5 o'clock as well, more info on how you could win some free stuff, including the chance to be flown overseas to link up with a mate you haven't seen in bloody ages. Thanks to Beer and Pie July, of course.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Hodaki Big Show, Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie. The full show back Monday. Jason Mike on holiday. Feel free to pass any nice messages on to those two, 3483. By the way, it is the 11th day of July, not just regular old boring July, however. It is Beer and Pie July, thanks to our great friends Big Ben and Max. Every single day we've been rocking a different combo. Today it's my turn, and I selected from the fridge a delicious Max 3 Wolves Pale Ale. and I paired that bad boy with another bad boy in the shape of a Big Ben XXL mince and double cheese pie. A fantastic photo of me doing a Jason Hoyt impression with those two fantastic items up on all of the Hodaki social medias at the moment. Big shout out to Max, Here's to Interesting, and also Big Ben for making Beer and Pie July possible. If you love that Kiwi combo, make sure you get down to your local bakery, bar, whatever, and support local. Get amongst it. While you're doing that, how about some Vaseline for your ears? Stone Temple Pilots. More Best of the Big Show coming up next, and I'll be calling Hoity J to see what he's up to as well. It is the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The Black Keys, it is Little Black Submarines on Hodaki this Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie, and also a man who made plenty of off-colour, distasteful submarine-based jokes over the last few weeks. Producer Pugs.
Hang on.
And Pugs, you're in here because you've got us another fantastic Best of the Big Show moment, don't you?
I don't know why I keep making these best bits for you at this rate. But no, this was a really special one. This was one of the more philanthropy-based segments on the show where essentially a listener needed our help and we were there to help them immediately. This guy went out on the weekend, basically butchered his whole relationship, and Hoity J was there to save the day.
Basically, Brent got himself into a bit of trouble over the weekend. He went on the booze, didn't he? And his partner, Amanda, is not impressed at all and has actually booted him out of the house. So he's made a big donation to our Movember fund on 3483 text Mo, and he wants us to maybe try and make amends. And so he wants us to read a poem to her and just see if we can just lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we'll give Amanda a call now, and
right.
see how we go.
Because I think that's the thing. It's like he does love her.
Oh yeah, massively.
This is
Hello.
Yeah, hi there. Is this Amanda?
Speaking.
Yeah, g'day, Amanda. It's Jason Hoyt and Mike Minogue from Radio Hodaki. How are you going today?
Oh, I'm going good, thanks.
Yeah, good. Listen, Amanda, we got a bit of a message from your boyfriend Brent, and we understand that he's maybe blotted his copybook a little bit, and he was wanting to do something for you to hopefully make amends in that regard. And so he's asked us to get in touch with you and read you something if you've got a spare minute.
Is that all right with you?
I guess.
You don't sound like you're very impressed. Has it been a tough couple of days?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, well, he's not at home anymore, is he?
No.
So hopefully we can rectify that. And he chose this poem for you, and if you don't mind, Amanda, I'd like to read it to you if that's okay.
Sure.
Do you want some poemy, romantic-y music?
Maybe just a little bit.
Okay.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. This is from Brent to Amanda. So we'll go no more a roving. So late into the night. Though the heart be still as loving, and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself have a rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a roving by the light of the moon. It's from Brent to you, Amanda.
Right. Is that the end?
Yeah.
Anything that you want us to...
Can you give him a message?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Can you just tell him that he can shove that up his ass I'm actually sleeping with his brother, and Merry Christmas.
Right.
Okay, we'll pass that on to Brent. No worries at all,
Cool.
Amanda.
Great.
You have a nice
Thanks for
night.
calling.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks. Bye.
I'll be honest with you, Jase. Shit. I thought you did a pretty shoddy job of reading that out, actually. There's a couple of stumbles.
Yeah, I felt under pressure, man,
Yeah.
because the whole relationship's
Yeah.
kind of resting on it.
And when you started crying at the start. And also, I don't know, for a guy that's been shagging around, should he really be doing poems about no more will go a roving? You know
Well,
what
I
mean?
think that's what he was trying to say. No more will I go a roving, and I'll stay in the household perimeter, as it were. And I've just spilt an entire glass of water.
Tell you what, there's
all
going to
over
be
my
a
crutch.
pretty rough Christmas round at Brent's place.
That is the first and last time the Hodaki Big Show tries to help anyone, although it's been a while. So if you and your partner are on the rocks, give us a text now, 3483, and maybe next week we can read a poem or two and patch things up for you. Actually, speaking of, Jason Hoyt, going to be giving him a call next, see what he's up to on day 2 of his holiday. In the meantime, here is Modest Mouse, Float On Radio Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
It is Split Ends Dirty Creature on the Hodaki Big Show Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie, who is filling in while Jase and Mike are away. They'll be back Monday, although it's not just Keyzie right now. I've managed to track down Jason Hoyt, who's on day 2 of his holiday. Jase, how you going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, Keyzie. I've got to be honest with you, mate. I'm a little bit bummed out today. As you know, as I was talking about yesterday, I was on my silent retreat.
Oh, that's right.
Unfortunately, last night, due to very loud lovemaking, I was expelled from the retreat. I woke everyone up at about 1 a.m. And, I've got to be honest with you, Keyzie, I find it very difficult when I'm making love to not be loud and not be expressive and to not chat. And so that was a step too far for them, and they sent me on my way.
Oh, I didn't know your wife was on the retreat.
Pardon?
I saw a video of you, Jase. Obviously, this is how you're getting rid of your frustrations, mate. Just on your Instagram, you hit the gym earlier today with your skull candies on. You were bench pressing 120 as well. So is that sort of you trying to handle those frustrations?
Yeah, I think so, Keyzie. And look, I'll be honest with you, mate. You and I have both watched Mogi of late really beef up, really look cut and sharp. And I thought, maybe it was time for Haughty J to return to the gym. And, I was frustrated because I was enjoying the silent retreat. And I thought I need to do something constructive because otherwise I was going to deteriorate in my lounge room watching really crap movies, eating cheese balls. And so I took affirmative action, Keyzie.
Right.
And went to the gym and just got straight back into it, mate. And it's amazing, how the body remembers, what to do in that situation. And I, as you can see through my video, straight into the bench press and all that jazz, mate. And just everyone in the gym was surrounding me and just going, holy smoke, for an old fella, he's pretty hot.
Yeah, right. It's just there's no one else in the gym in the video that I saw. But one thing else I noticed from the video is that you're wearing that same weird hoodie that you wear to the show every afternoon. Are you just wearing your gym clothes without having a shower and then coming in and doing the show?
Yeah, on occasion I am doing that. But as you know, Keyzie, when I commit to the gym, I'm there for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
It's very difficult for me to, go to the gym and then come home and get change and all that palaver, and I have to go straight from the gym to radio. So,
right, okay.
Yeah, that's why I wear that particular hoodie.
Yeah.
How are you going, mate? It sounds like you're doing a great job there.
Oh, have you been listening?
No.
Thanks for the chat, Jase. I'll give you a call tomorrow, eh?
Good on you, mate.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The dudes with a tune, Walking in Light on Radio Hodaki. It is Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie, the full show back on Monday. In the meantime, holy cow, we've got one hell of a prize on offer at the moment. I'm stoked because I'm already a part of it, but you could be too. It is a chance to sit at the Big Show backbone table at the 2023 New Zealand Darts Masters in Hamilton. It is happening August 4th and 5th. Myself, Jase, Mike, and producer Pugs, we're all going to be there sitting at this table, getting amongst food and beverages and stuff like that. So if you and a mate would like not only to sit with us, but also to get free flights from anywhere in New Zealand to Hamilton, you'll also get accommodation and tickets to the Darts Masters, then head to hodaki.co.nz right now and enter the draw. You've just got to register there, and it could be you and a mate. Reminder, the 2023 New Zealand Darts Masters are on for 2 nights, August 4th, which is the Friday, and the 5th. All the details at hodaki.co.nz. Get involved, and I will see you there. Can't bloody wait. Oh, red hot! Chili Peppers now on the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
By the way, red hot Chili Peppers on the Hodaki Big Show. Of course, Anthony Kiedis and Flea on the bass, and a man who's got plenty of fleas, James Pugsley, our producer, who's in yet again with another best-of moment. Ain't you, Pugs?
I thought you would have just said, by the way, we've got producer Pugs in.
It wasn't offensive enough.
Okay, right.
And so now you've got fleas.
So glad you sorted that out. Hey, look, this next best, but you've made me lose track now as well. But it's great to see the way the Big Show cares for each other, and you know, we look after each other. Maybe not mental health so much, but physical health is a cornerstone of the Big Show. And this was a particular bone that Jase had to pick with Mogi for getting a little too comfortable.
You've had a propensity to send me a lot of pics.
Yeah, mate, you're my mate.
Yeah, I know. Since we've been doing, the radio show, we went through a really kind of, don't know how else to describe it, a grody period, really, where you sent me your morning bowel movements.
Yeah.
Because you were concerned that there was some stuff going on there that wasn't natural. And as I said to you at the time, mate, I'm no medical practitioner.
No.
And I can't tell whether or not there's anything medically wrong with you from your bowel movements.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, there was something obvious going in the bowl. But generally, they look like pretty standard poos to me. But last night, while I was eating my dessert, which incidentally was a fly cemetery. You remember the old fly cemetery? We used to get them at school. It
sounds horrible.
It's like two hard pieces of cake with raisins in the middle of it.
Oh.
And you just sort of squash it together. We used to call them fly cemeteries at school. And so I'm eating that. You'll like this, Chris. I get 35 individual pics sent to me by Mike Minogue of every mole on his body. Oh. And he was asking me, is there anything there? You can see anything irregular in all my moles?
Yeah.
It must have been literally every mole on your body. And there were 35 of them to scroll through. Once again, I need to repeat to you, mate, I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a professional when it comes to mole maps.
Well, this is what I was going to say, is that I have to do my mole map every 12 months. I think they go a couple of 300 or something like that. And my back, I've got a lot of moles.
Yeah, a lot of ones with hairs coming out of them too.
All sorts.
Yeah.
And I just sort of think, like, when you go and do the mole map, I'm not sure if they're doctors. I'm not sure what they're looking at. I'm not sure what technology that they use. But I need that money this Christmas period for a few gifts for the fam. So I thought, why don't I just start sending you the photos? And then each year you'll be able to sort of just line them up and just see what you reckon. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so this is going to be a yearly thing, is it?
Well, you got to have an annual checkup. I'm not going to stop having my annual checkup.
Right, so you're sending them to me because you don't want to pay the money to go and get a proper mole map.
I just think that your eye's as good as anyone's.
Right, okay.
You know?
Well, I'm not particularly comfortable with that, mate.
No, you'll get used to it, mate. You'll get used to it.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to give me some money...
mates.
Mates rates, definitely.
No, just mates.
Mates rates, definitely.
Well, look, do you want me to get some kind of skin disease?
But getting 30,
would you be comfortable
35
that I got skin
separate
disease?
shots of every mole on your body, it kind of put me off my fly
So you're
cemetery.
just saying sort of if I just do one of my back, one of my buttocks, back of the arms, front of the arms, groin, chest, stomach, neck, feet.
If you could just keep it to those areas, that would be totally fine, mate.
Yeah.
Because it really put me off my dessert and just threw me into a bit of a fluster, actually.
Yeah.
I was dreaming of your moles last night when I went to bed.
Yeah.
Well, imagine how Mike's feeling. He's worried about his moles. Yeah. Well, and his friend's not even helping him out.
Well,
you're asking for money, man. That's pretty. That's a bit of a cheap shot, man.
I need to see if your moles are munty in the first place. So
let's call this the first time.
Okay, all right.
And if they start changing shape or winking at you,
Can you just let me know how often I'm going to get them? Because I'm
it's better
certainly...
if it's a surprise. I'm not sure. I don't want to put any dates on it because then if I don't deliver them on time, you'll get grumpy or whatever because you've been looking forward to them.
Yeah, he does do that.
Yeah, so just better if it's a surprise, I think.
A 100% healthy Big Show team will be back on Monday, folks. In the meantime, every podcast of every show we've ever done is available. Just search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your podcasts from. Not only will you hear from Jase, who I'm calling daily on the show, but also Mike Minogue is uploading daily solo podcasts called The Mogi Diaries. The first one's up there for you to listen to now, and the second one will be up after 7 o'clock, so get stuck into it. Nirvana, All Apologies, coming up after 6 o'clock. Of course, What's on Telly without Mike Minogue, but with Keyzie and Pugs.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
It is almost 6 o'clock on the Big Show, folks. Coming up after 6, more info on how you can win some free stuff, including the chance to be flown across the world somewhere thanks to Max and Beer and Pie July to reunite with a mate. We've got What's on Telly without Mike Minogue and more best of the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Big Show, just Keyzie though. The other two blokes off at the moment. Back Monday. Need a bit of a breather. Working too hard, apparently. By the way, it is Beer and Pie July. It is the 11th day, the 11th of July, for those of you playing along at home that aren't so good at maths. And we've got one hell of an offer for the 7th year of Beer and Pie July. It is the Pour of Duty, thanks to our mates at Max. It is the chance for you to win flights anywhere to pour a cold one with a mate. If you have a mate who lives overseas that you'd like to relink with, and even better, pour them a cold one, then why don't you text the word beer to 3483. Get yourself in the draw. It's going to be running for another couple of weeks. So don't muck around, though. You want to get yourself in the best possible position to win. Beer to 3483, and that is BEER, the word on its own. No full stop, no extra words and yarns about how much you miss your mate, etc. Just BEER to 3483. Big shout out to Max. Alice in Chains now. It is the Hodaki Big Show. What's on Telly without Mike Minogue up shortly.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is Jimmy Eat World Sweetness on the Hodaki Big Show Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie and also Pugs, a.k.a. Jimmy, whose goal it is actually, and this is a fun fact, to eat at every single country around the world. Pugs, and I understand you've got a brand new best bit for us of the Hodaki Big Show.
The title of that song was Sweetness. You couldn't have done me a nice one at some point in the show?
I thought you were trying to eat it eat a meal in every country around the world.
I'm sure I would like to, but that seems like a lot of admin.
Right. How many countries are you at the moment?
Like 3.
Oh, well, mate, plenty of time left. Have you got another Big Show best bit for us, have you?
I do. And this is an issue that seems to plague the Big Show. Another medical-related one. Just about an incident that seems to happen to Jase and or Mike a lot before they come into work.
I don't know how to put it nicely, but you are looking wan, which is wan as W-A-N. It means pale, sweaty.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure you're going to see out the show, if I'm completely honest, mate.
Oh, look, mate, I'll be honest with you. I'm in a bit of discomfort.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of pain. I was just as I was about to head into the show, I thought I'd trim the hedge a bit.
Oh, is that...
No, actually trim the hedge. Yeah. And...
what were you using?
Pardon?
What were you using?
A hedge trimmer.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
that makes sense.
The oscillating blade type scenario.
Like a Ryobi?
Skill saw.
Yeah, it is a Ryobi, actually.
Nice.
I think I borrowed it off you, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it back soon. But anyway, I was doing the old hedge trimming there, Minogue, and lopped off my little pinky. Yeah. What? Shit, it hurt. But the weird thing was, I actually literally cut my finger off. I didn't even realise.
No.
And I was just carrying on and stuff, and then the dog was sort of sniffing around me, and I realised blood was spurting all over the old hedge there.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
where's that coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
So you didn't even notice?
No, I didn't even notice it, Keyzie. And then I looked down and, there's just a stump there and the blood's spurting out into the thing, and I was like, oh, God, where's my bloody fingers? I'm sort of rooting through...
Your bloody finger.
Yeah, my bloody finger. Rooting through the grass here, found my finger, and it was like, oh, God, I've got to get into the show.
Yeah.
So I just shoved her in the old freezer, the old finger in the freezer, and once the show's finished, I'll go back into the A&E, get it reattached.
Yeah, because I saw your hands all wrapped up with electrical tape there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she's still bleeding a fair old bit, so thus I look a bit wan and a bit sweaty on it.
Yeah.
But it's a bugger too, because I was meant to be going out for dinner tonight, but now I've got to go and get my bloody finger reattached to the old A&E.
Did you?
Look, man, honestly, man, it's not worth the time out of your day.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah. Don't
Yeah, because
bother.
how many fingers have you got now?
More than I can count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters then.
More than I can count. But yeah, no, I had my one yesterday was playing up, wasn't it? Was playing silly buggers.
Oh,
How did
the
I do that
MRI
again? I
machine.
can't remember. In the MRI.
With your
when
wedding ring.
Yeah. And I was punching my way out as well. That didn't help. And so that was, it wasn't broken in the end, Jase.
Yeah.
Just a severe dislocation, my GP said.
Yeah.
And so, because I went after work last night, and I said, well, what do you do for that? They said, well, we've got to put a splint on it, a couple of ice block sticks. We're going to have to snap it back into us. Look, just chop it off.
Yeah.
Just chop it off. Look,
Whip it
I know
off.
it's my index finger, but look, there's another one right next to it. That'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was your wedding ring finger?
Oh, yeah, is that what that one's called? I always get the names mixed up.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, which one's the thumb?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just to,
actually, I might flag it. You're right.
so just to
Yeah,
clarify,
the whole thing would be a lot simpler if we just chop the bastards off at the wrist.
What I will do, though, is I'll get the old element on and I'll just burn the stub
Yeah.
so that she doesn't get infected.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
Keyzie?
so we're 2 days in, and both of you have already chopped off a finger.
Well, no, I got the doctor to do mine.
Yeah, mine
okay.
was inadvertent.
The Big Show back in full Monday, folks. In the meantime, check out our podcast, why don't you? Hodaki Big Show. Give it a search, wherever you get them from, although I'd recommend iHeartRadio. Here is the Foo Fighters, A Bit of Resolve. You two up next on Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
You two, two hearts beat as one on Radio Hodaki. Tuesday evening with Keyzie, the Big Show back in full on Monday. This weekend, Matariki, it is a long weekend. We all get the Friday off, which is exciting. Well, most of us do anyway. And something even more exciting is that there's a heap of fantastic sport on, all of it covered by the ACC. We begin tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, State of Origin Game 3, the Dead Rubber on Sky Sport 9. If you'd like the ACC's commentary on that, Ben Hurley and Mania Stewart, do join us. I'll be sitting at home with a small glass of port and a giant packet of cheese balls, seeing as I'm now addicted thanks to Hoity J. Then Saturday night, the big one, All Blacks v South Africa. That is available on Sky Sport 9, or if you're working or driving or something, you want to listen to it, it'll also be played on Radio Hodaki. You'll have G Lane and James McConey for that. And then on the Sunday, the even bigger one, featuring me, Keyzie, and also Di Henwood, 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 6, the Warriors are taking on the Sharks. It's going to be a big game, actually, and I'd say the Sharks are very similar to the Warriors in terms of the way we stack up. We can put a big score on a lesser team, but when it comes to playing the top teams, we sort of stumble a bit, so I'll certainly be watching that. The full list of all the dates and who's commentating and what channel it's on, etc., that's up at the ACC's Instagram. Why don't you go and check it out? And if you want some good tunes, check these out. Got bloody Smashing Pumpkins on the way, Led Zeppelin, The Strokes, Supergrass, and of course, what's on the tally without Mike Minogue? It's all on the way shortly on the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, the Smashing Pumpkins Disarm on the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie Tuesday evening. Not just Keyzie, though, because I've got another chap in here who once famously disarmed someone who came into the Big Show and tried to take down Jason Hoyt and Mike Minogue. It is producer Pugs, and it is now time for...
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah. Come on, Pugs, get into it,
I'm
mate.
sorry, I've just been burnt before.
No way.
Yesterday.
Pugs, you watch a lot of good stuff, mate. You're a man of great taste. What have you been watching lately?
When I'm not disarming people.
Of course.
I've been watching the new season of Black Mirror.
Okay,
you familiar with Black Mirror?
Season
This is
5?
six.
6 on
This is six
Netflix.
now. Yeah.
Okay,
Came
no.
out maybe a couple of months ago or something like that.
I haven't watched any of them.
You haven't watched any Black Mirror?
No, but it's mostly because it's not something my partner's into.
Right.
So we don't watch it. We watch other stuff.
Well, first, let me recommend you to seasons 1 through 5.
Right, okay. Okay.
Season 6, I think I watched part of it on the weekend and finished it last night. One of the most front-loaded TV shows
Right.
I've ever watched. Are you familiar with the term front-loaded?
In terms of a washing machine, when you load it in the front rather than the top?
Yes.
Right, okay.
No.
So just a heap of stuff happens at the start.
All the good shit
Right.
happens in the first maybe 2 episodes.
Okay.
2 or 3 episodes.
Right, okay. So they ran out of steam.
Yeah, there's I think maybe 5 or 6 episodes in the season, and this is just my opinion, but awful.
Right.
The last 2 episodes. It takes a fair bit for me to get wound up about a TV show.
Right, okay.
And it just felt like it was the big conclusion of the season for Black Mirror. They've established a massive world of this horrific result of humans' relationship with technology, and the last 2 episodes weren't even about technology.
Right, so it just completely ran out of steam.
It went supernatural.
Right, okay. Oh,
How does that
sucks.
make any
sucks.
sense?
That sucks.
What the hell does that have to do with it?
No, that sucks. That's almost like and then I woke up and it was all a dream, using supernatural it's a bit of a cop-out, isn't it?
I don't want to spoil it for people, even though it's not really worth keeping the spoilers in.
That's all right.
But it just goes out the window.
Right.
How about yourself? What are you watching?
So what I'm doing at the moment is watching travel videos. I'm going on a honeymoon at the end of the year with my
Nice.
wife, and we're watching videos of all the places we're going to go. Now,
What's that on?
just on YouTube.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so we'll basically be like, oh, let's go here, because we're going to Europe. We'll be like, oh, yeah, let's watch a video about there. We've been watching this one channel. It's really good. This guy does really good videos. He's really in-depth without putting himself in all the videos and being like, hey, guys. You're like, I hate videos where it starts like that. He always starts with scenery.
We hate videos that go, what?
We're like, hey, guys.
Right.
So we spent time in Venice, and this is our story. And before we get into it, just a quick little, just get straight into the action. He always starts with some music, shots of the scenery for about 30 seconds, and then does voiceovers.
Nice.
And then occasionally puts himself in it for funny moments, like genuinely funny moments.
If they're genuinely funny moments and then the rest of it's educational, then that's great.
It's like just dry humor.
Yeah.
Like it'll be him trying to take a bite out of a massive burger and getting it all over his face or something, and he'll be like, and as you can see, it's quite hard to eat the burgers here, and like just stuff like that. Quite funny.
Classic travel comedy.
So we've watched a few of them, right? And I'm like, I love this dude. And my wife Lucy goes, I just feel like
wife!
Nice.
Thanks.
Forgot about that.
That's my first one.
I've lowered my sort of guard while the boys are away. But my partner Lucy, she's like, oh, I just don't think these guys travel the way we're going to travel. And I was like, okay, do you want to find us a video? So she finds us a video of Sicily.
Okay.
We were thinking about going. Get that going. And a minute into it, it comes up with the name of the channel, which is Retirees on Holiday. And it's really poorly edited. It's got some old lady doing a voiceover. And I was like, is this us? Is it? And she's like, no.
Is that us?
And so now we're back watching My Dude again.
Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah. It's nice to switch it up from the usual TV with some YouTube. I think that's great.
To be honest, I watch more YouTube than anything else, I think.
Yeah, right.
I don't know whether it's because I'm a young fella or, whatever. But that is What's on the Telly without Mike Minogue, but with Pugs. What's on the radio with Keyzie, Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song, an absolute tune. Join in tune.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Strokes last night with Keyzie on the Hodaki Big Show, the full show back Monday. In the meantime, big news. We announced last week that Symphony Down in the Snow is happening. Full details for that at hodaki.co.nz. That's not all, however. In partnership with Manuka Farm, Symphony #1. It's going back to the beginning and returning to where Symphony first began. It's happening at Auckland Town Hall Saturday the 16th of September, and they're celebrating a generation of dance music. So if you're not familiar with Symphony, they like to combine a live orchestra with vocalists, instrumentalists, DJs, and they like to put on an immersive visual show as well. They like to redo all the biggest club bangers from the past decade from people like Darude, Fatboy Slim, Avicii, heaps more. Pre-sale starts 9 a.m. Thursday, the 13th of July, which is this Thursday. You can register for pre-sale at symphony.com, and all the details you'll ever need are at hodaki.co.nz, and chances are we'll have a few free tickets to give away for that gig a little closer to the time. Now, coming up next, got some Supergrass, Collective Soul, and some David Bowie too, so stick around.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
That is the Big Show done and dusted for Tuesday, the 11th day of July. Beer and Pie July, in fact. Keyzie here, and I will be back again tomorrow from 4, as will producer Pugs, who's been supplying us with a steady stream of best of moments. Thank you very much for those, Pugs.
Hey, don't thank me, mate. It's a pleasure.
All right, I won't. Tomorrow going forward, I won't thank you. What are you up to tonight, by the way? What are you having for dinner, first of all?
For dinner, I'm going to be making some nachos.
Ah, nachos.
Which I'm very excited. Whoa.
Sorry.
Careful. Delicious nachos. I got some free spice packs. You know, those little pre-mixed things.
Yeah, nice.
Which I'm all for the homemade, but if you give me the free food, I'm going to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'll run some of those. How about yourself?
Hang on, what are you putting? So you got mince, you got like chili beans or something in there?
Yeah, I got some chili I'm going to chuck in there. I'm going to have some onion in there.
Okay.
Perhaps some cayenne pepper or something.
Cayenne pepper,
give it
some
a bit of
spices.
juice. Yeah. So I add the spice mix in, but then I also like to put my own spices in there just to make it feel like I'm still cooking it.
And then sour cream and cheese.
Sour cream, got some fresh coriander too that I'm going to chuck in there. You know, maybe a little guac situation. So we'll see.
Yum. And then Doritos or some sort.
No, not the round ones.
The Aztec ones.
Is that what they are?
I
In the
think
red
so.
bag?
Yeah.
They're the ones to go for. Don't go for Doritos.
Yeah,
Doritos
yeah.
are for when you're off the basil on the couch.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
That's actually a good point.
It's a solo dip chip.
Yeah, true. I don't have time to tell you about my dinner just because you banged on for
Well,
quite a while.
hang on. I tried to pass you the baton.
No, for dinner, I just asked the wife there, and she said...
The wife.
No, it's my wife.
Sorry.
And she said we're having chicken on flatbread with yogurt sauce and sweet chili.
Holy, that sounds good.
It sounds mean. Both meals sound amazing. And so does The Big Show, which will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Of course, Pugs has been slapping together best of potties as well. So if you're a podcast listener, those are there for you, along with the Mogi Diaries, which are a daily bonus podcast episode from myself and Pugs. We'll see you tomorrow, eh?
Bye.